All right, so Echo is finally out right now, and they've released all the episodes. So they're not doing this thing where they release one episode a week and kind of build up, the entire thing, kind of like what they do with Loki and what they've done with previous Marvel Disney shows. Maybe this is a new thing that they're doing, or it's just for the Echo series because a lot of people may have not been too interested to wait weeks at a time for one episode to come out. It's only 5 episodes too, so who knows? Do people really care about Echo? And when I say Echo, I'm not talking about the show. I am talking about the character, because I was kind of searching around and seeing what different sources were talking about, such as Nerdist, people on Twitter, also known as X, Screen Rant, and stuff like that. And it seems like they're more focused on everything else surrounding Echo and not the actual character Echo. I will have to say I've only watched the first episode because I just wanted to get an idea of it. I'll probably be finishing the entire 5 episode season within the next couple of days. With that being said, we're going to go on X, formerly known as Twitter, and just see all the stuff that is trending about it. You can see that the trending topics right now are Daredevil. What a surprise. Hawkeye, and then obviously this is Supergirl, but this is not the premise of the video. So reason why these things are trending right now is that Echo made her first appearance in the show Hawkeye, and we got a little bit of a backstory of who Echo is. And in the first episode of the show Echo, they kind of reiterated the same things, but gave a little bit more elaboration and gave us a whole story on leading up to the end of Hawkeye, where she shoots Kingpin in the face, and she's known as the Kingpin Killer. But obviously Kingpin is not dead. So I can see why they have Hawkeye trending as well, because they've reverted back to the show a little bit to kind of explain to the people that may have not watched the show Hawkeye, for them to better understand the character. As for Daredevil, obviously he's trending because, he's finally canon in the MCU, and along with the other Marvel shows that did come out on Netflix, they're also canon to the MCU, and they've been put into the MCU timeline for when you go on Disney Plus and you look at, how to watch the MCU in order. They're there now. But now we are looking at everything that is trending so far on the show. So let's get straight into it. Let's scroll over to Daredevil. I'm honestly okay that this is Daredevil's only scene. It reminds me of Falcon appearing in Ant-Man. Both are there to test the main character and how they fit in the larger world while not taking away the focus. Just wish they didn't spoil it in the trailer. Yeah, see, that's the issue with a lot of things right here. And this goes back to me saying that, everything around Echo is more popular for some odd reason rather than Echo herself. It's like Marvel didn't really have enough confidence to be like, all right, we're just going to save Daredevil for when the show releases, and that's just going to be a little treat. That's just going to be a little surprise for people. No, we have to show him in the trailer because we feel like, based off our track record, I don't think anyone's really going to watch Echo. So if we tell them that Daredevil's in it, maybe they'll watch it. Daredevil when Kingpin tried to frame him.
Had enough of that fat bastard. That piece of shit.
The whole Daredevil versus Echo fight scene is insane. I will say it is a top tier fight scene that we've gotten in the Marvel shows, and it does get us a little bit excited to finally see Daredevil Born Again when it does release on Disney Plus. I just really hope that it lives up to its previous projects from season 1 and 3, and it just continues it on and keeps it consistent, because that is a wonderful show. Like I said, I didn't watch all of the episodes. Now, I know there's probably people out there, especially the big pop cultural platforms, that have probably watched every single episode the moment it came out. That's their job. I don't know if this is Daredevil's only scene, and if it is, please feel free to educate me in the comment section. But if it is, I'm glad that it is his only scene in the entire show. I don't want Daredevil in every single show having to carry this show specifically when it's centered around just Echo. All right, let Echo have her own show. Do I think Echo should have her own show? Not really. I feel like she can be a very consistent role in Daredevil Born Again, since these two are kind of meeting up and fighting. Maybe they end up teaming up together to take down Wilson Fisk. Who knows? Well, they got Kingpin trending too. Let's see. So like right now, all I'm seeing is these Stephen A. Smith memes. Gonna need Black Suit Peter and Spider-Man 4 to talk about Kingpin like this. Whew. Daredevil when Kingpin tries to frame him. Oh my gosh.
That piece of shit.
Praying Spider-Man 4 is a Marvel Spotlight project. It's about time we get a grounded Spider-Man film again. That doesn't mean it has to be only Spider-Man, but we need heroes like Daredevil and Jessica Jones and villains like Prowler and Kingpin. No more multiverse stuff. Well, right now we are in the multiverse saga, so we kind of have to deal with the multiverse stuff. Now, if you're gonna put Spider-Man 4 to release in the next 2 to 3 years, it's still gonna be in the multiverse saga. If you don't want Spider-Man 4 to have multiversal stuff, we either wait till after the multiverse saga or they write a script where it has nothing to do with the multiverse saga, which kind of should be easy considering they're releasing a lot of projects that have nothing to do with the multiverse problems anyway. Don't be surprised if we get a Spider-Man film and it has a little bit to do with multiversal stuff. So happy to see the return of Maya Lopez in Echo. She's still a badass. Alakwa Cock did an awesome job, and the series did great working, exploring the conflict of accepting her family and heritage or her connection with Kingpin. Can't wait to see how this goes forward. Like this is what I'll say. My honest review on the first episode. Honest review on the first episode that it was an interesting show. Now, obviously, on Rotten Tomatoes, you know, the audience and critics have their own opinions about it. I think it was like 70 or at least 69% of the critics recommended that you go watch this film, and less than or probably at 75% of the audience recommended that you go watch this. I think there was something out that said this was the lowest Rotten Tomato score for all of the projects that have released so far based off of the critic score. Now, the lowest one is She-Hulk because the audience score was like 30 in the 30%. Overall, I think this is a very interesting story. It's a very grounded story. Like I said, do we need an Echo show? Not really. Do we need to introduce the Echo character? Absolutely. But there's multiple different ways that you can introduce a new character without having to push everything aside and make one show about this specific character. All right, there's ways that you can introduce heroes into comic book stuff without having to give them an entire show to explain their backstory. I kind of want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think that this is a very good show? This is one of the better Marvel projects as far as Marvel shows, all right, that have released? Where do you guys rank it on your scale? I'm still going to have She-Hulk dead last, but all the other shows were pretty decent. Loki obviously being the best one. I mean, come on, guys. We know Loki is the #1 Marvel show, and there's nothing topping that right now, unless all of a sudden Spider-Man decides to be a Disney Plus show. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, comment down below your honest thoughts for Echo. Comment down your thoughts for the future of the MCU. Comment down your Spider-Man thoughts, how Spider-Man is going to be able to intertwine with all the Kingpin stuff. We definitely need to see Wilson Fisk and Peter Parker kind of go toe-to-toe. All right, we need a grounded Spider-Man film.